My daughter, who lives overseas, called me for the first time in a while. The contents of the call was quite mysterious. "Mom, are you on a trip with Dad?" It was a sudden question, but I haven't been on a trip with my husband. I am the only one at home, and my husband is on a business trip. I told the truth as it was, without understanding the intention behind her question. Dad's not on a trip. He's actually on a business trip to Washington, D.C., you know? A business trip? And to Washington, D.C.? So you're not with him, Mom? Well, it's common for him to go on business trips, isn't it? Anyway, what's up? He's actually in the Bahamas right now. Huh? There's no way my husband could be in the Bahamas. After all, he just headed to Washington, D.C. yesterday. But then again, there's no reason for my daughter to lie. My heart pounded in my chest. At that moment, I still didn't know the unimaginable truth that would later come to light. My name is Gemma Brown, and I'm 56 years old. I work as a part-time housewife and a banker. I've been married to my husband Tanner, who is a year older, for 30 years. After so much time has passed, I no longer feel fluttery about him, just ordinary and peaceful days. Humans are creatures who tend to aspire for more rather than being content with the present circumstances. Yet, it's when there's nothing extraordinary that the mundane days feel precious. It's only recently that I've come to realize that. I have a job, and I have a husband with whom I've spent many years, and our daily life is not lacking. My daughter has found what she wants to do and is pushing forward toward her dreams. To wish for more happiness than this might invite trouble. However, there's been a slight concern on my mind lately. It's the peculiar behavior of my husband, Tanner. Originally, my husband's company had regular overtime, and he often came home late. However, for the past few months, it's been almost overtime every day. His return time from work used to be around 9 p.m., even if it was late. But now it's common for him to come home after 11 p.m. There are even days when he stays out until the early morning hours, so I can't wait up for him anymore and end up going to bed first. Our time together as a couple has decreased compared to before, and our conversations have become minimal. On this day, as I'm getting ready for work, my husband finally wakes up. "Good morning. You were late again yesterday, it seems." When I say this, my husband just responds with a flat, "Yeah," without much enthusiasm. If things continue like this, the distance between us will only grow. Feeling that way, I asked in a slightly firm tone, "You've been working overtime a lot lately, and you're coming home really late. Is work that busy for you?" At this, my husband gave me a wary glance, seeming bothered by the question. "I'm getting home late because I'm busy, right? I have to support my subordinates, and I have a mountain of tasks to do." But even so, isn't the increase in overtime too much? Lately, we haven't even been eating meals together. "We've been married for decades already. It's too late to worry about that now, isn't it?" "But..." "Ugh, you're persistent. Unlike you, I'm busy." My husband raised his voice, his face turning red as he glared at me. Seeing him like this for the first time, my shoulders involuntarily trembled. Why is he so angry? I haven't said anything particularly strange. What's wrong with wanting some time together as a couple? While there were parts of my husband's statements that I couldn't agree with, I realized that if I argued back any further, things would only escalate out of control. Witnessing Tanner's abnormal display of anger, I felt it was better not to provoke him any further. I took a slow, deep breath and spoke in a neutral tone. "I'm sorry. I was just worried about your health." "I'm fine, so please don't interfere." "I understand. But make sure to get proper nutrition, okay? Breakfast is ready." "Yeah, I got it. More importantly, shouldn't you be going to work?" "Right. I'm heading out now. You take care, all right?" There was no response from my husband to my farewell. Feeling like I was about to cry, I headed to work. During my break at work, I found myself recalling the exchange with my husband this morning and felt like crying again. To distract myself, I started browsing the website of a favorite knick-knack store on my phone when my daughter Katie called. "Hello, Katie." My daughter responded to me promptly with a bright voice. Hi, Mom. Long time no talk. How have you been lately? Are you doing well? Oh, I'm good. It's good to see you're doing well too, Katie. I'm fine, because I'm doing what I love. You seem to be having fun, and that's great. Katie, my daughter, has always had a liking for international brand items. Since middle school, she had a dream of working for her favorite brand company and was deeply immersed in her studies. She particularly focused on English, and during high school, she independently decided and executed activities such as going for a homestay abroad. After graduating from high school, she went on to study at a university overseas. Now she's working at an apparel brand in Japan, fulfilling her dream. When she expressed her desire to go to an overseas university and work abroad, I wondered what would happen. As a parent, sending out your own beloved daughter abroad brings endless worries. Of course, my husband was also against it, but our daughter pleaded desperately with us. In the end, unable to resist our daughter's passion, we as a couple decided to support her. Our daughter is already 28 years old. It's been quite some time since she went abroad, but it seems like her workplace environment is good, and she seems very fulfilled. Reflecting on our daughter's growth, she casually asked me something. By the way, where's Dad? He used to send messages here and there, but lately, nothing at all. Oh, he seems a bit busy with work. Huh? Work? But isn't he retiring soon? Well, actually, I disclosed to my daughter the details of this morning's events. At that moment, she expressed her anger, saying, "What's that supposed to mean?" How heartless. Mom's worried and he speaks like that. It's okay. I shouldn't have confronted him when he's tired. Mom, it's not your fault. But seriously, is it really just overtime? Isn't it strange for someone his age to have more overtime and come home late? Well, I've been thinking about that too. Dad wouldn't be into something like going to gentlemen's clubs, would he? Gentlemen's clubs? The unexpected words from my daughter made my voice unintentionally raise. Suddenly regaining my composure, I hurriedly told my daughter, "What are you saying? Your dad wouldn't go to a place like that." But Dad doesn't really have any specific hobbies, right? He hardly spends any money, so wouldn't it make sense for him to go to a place like that? Even so... Mom, you trust Dad too much. From what you're saying, Dad's behavior seems really odd, doesn't it? I think you should question him a bit more thoroughly. Maybe? Exactly. You shouldn't just believe everything without questioning, okay? My daughter's words strangely made sense to me. I haven't really thought deeply about it until now, but upon closer reflection, there is indeed a lingering sense of unease. Looking back over the past few months, my husband has changed quite a bit. It's not just that his overtime has increased and he's coming home later, but I also feel like his appearance is more put together than before. Previously, he didn't pay much attention to things like his hairstyle, but now there's a new hair wax sitting on the bathroom counter. He never particularly cared about his appearance and would just go to work in the suits I chose for him. However, lately, he's been saying, "I'll take care of it myself," and has started buying his own clothes. My husband has never been much of a shopper. Why would he do that now? One unsettling feeling leads to more questions. My image of my husband begins to crumble. Could Tanner be lying to me? But why would he lie to me? Even if his overtime were a lie, why fabricate it? If he had a hobby, he could have told me. If it were a social event, he could have been honest. So there must be something else he's hiding. An affair? For a moment, the thought crossed my mind, but Tanner is already 58. Infidelity at this age isn't common. So I ruled out cheating as an option. A month later, Tanner had a sudden business trip to Washington, D.C. for 3 nights and 4 days. A subordinate who wasn't supposed to go couldn't make it, so Tanner was chosen as a replacement. "There's no one else available," he said. In the past, I'd feel lonely when he went on business trips, but now I strangely feel relieved. Is it because deep down I suspect him? Or because I can't fully trust him, so I avoid confrontation? Either way, I find solace in solitude. And so Tanner left for his trip the next day. Since I had the day off, I planned to relax at home and watch a movie. Just as I was about to press play after preparing cookies and tea, my phone rang. Ugh, even now at this time? Huh? Katie? The caller was my daughter Katie. She is in a busy season right now, and I believe she told me on the phone the other day that she has a lot of mobile work. Usually she hardly calls during busy times, so why the sudden call? Curious, I answered, "Hello?" And my daughter immediately said these words. "Mom, are you and Dad on a trip?" "Huh?" "So you've made up, right? That's great. You guys were arguing last time I called. I was a bit worried." Wait a second. What do you mean? Huh? I mean, you two made up and came on a trip together, right? And it's an overseas trip, too. Dad sure knows how to impress. Huh? While my daughter continues with excitement, I haven't gone on any trip. I'm alone at home, and the crucial point is my husband is on a business trip. Without understanding the intention behind her question, I tell her the truth. Instead of a trip, I'm at home right now. Huh? Home? But Dad's on a business trip to Washington, D.C., you know, so I'm alone at home. A business trip? And to Washington, D.C.? Mom, aren't you supposed to be with him? It's obvious it's a business trip, isn't it? Anyway, what's going on? Dad is in the Bahamas right now. Huh? My husband couldn't possibly be in the Bahamas. He headed to Washington, D.C. just yesterday. Still, my daughter wouldn't lie without reason. To dispel the unease, I asked her, "Are you sure you're not mistaken? Why would Dad be in the Bahamas in the first place?" I was surprised, too. It's just that he happened to come to the Bahamas for work. I wanted to say hi, but I couldn't leave my post because of my own work. Did you send Dad a message? I did, but he hasn't read it. But Dad is in Washington, D.C. right now. Mom, I couldn't have mistaken Dad like that. Dad is definitely in the Bahamas right now. My heart thumps heavily. In my confusion, my daughter suddenly exclaims over the phone. And Katie, what's wrong? It's about Dad, but... But? He's with another woman. Huh? A photo arrives from my daughter. In it, my husband is beaming, arm in arm with a young woman. In that moment, the trust I'd built up in my husband drains away. The unsettling truth is revealed, and I feel despair. Unbelievable. Lying about overtime to cheat? A trip to Washington, D.C.? What a joke. It's completely untrue. I force myself to calm down and, feeling guilty for interrupting her, ask my daughter to take as many photos as possible. She must be feeling the most awkward of all, but Katie assures me and continues to send more photos. Images of my husband and his mistress, cozy and kissing, flooded. Perhaps thinking no one will recognize them, they're being boldly affectionate. With each photo, anger overwhelms me more than sadness. Armed with evidence of his infidelity, I head to the lawyer's office. I request alimony and initiate divorce proceedings while simultaneously searching for a new home. Fortunately, a property was quickly found. In the meantime, I'm renting a monthly apartment. While my husband is away, I move all our belongings out of the house. I want out of that place where he was. Goodbye. With those words, I leave the apartment I've spent nearly 30 years in. A few days later, I check my phone and see dozens of missed calls from my husband. So, he's finally back, huh? There's a mountain of things I must now face. I brace myself and call him, but his first words are shouts.
Hey, what's going on here?
Why are you so angry?
Isn't it obvious? Why are all your belongings gone?
Well, I left, didn't I?
Huh? You left?
Up until now, I had never stood up to my husband. Moreover, returning from his cheating trip to find only my things missing would surely unsettle him. Ignoring my frantic husband, I stated the facts. Just so you know, I'm not coming back there. You probably don't need me anymore either.
What are you saying? We're married, aren't we? Don't say weird things.
Married? Don't you have a young mistress waiting for you? You should just be with her.
Huh?
Perhaps Tanner hadn't realized that his affair had been discovered. His panic came across clearly over the phone. Sensing the urgency, Tanner quickly started making excuses.
No, it's not like that. Gemma, you're misunderstanding. I'm not cheating.
We have photos of you two on a trip to the Bahamas. And our daughter Katie saw you cheating.
What? Katie saw?
I got a call saying you were there when she went to the Bahamas for work. At first, it seems our daughter thought we were on a trip together. How could you betray her like this? You really are despicable.
That's not fair.
In the background of the call, my husband was sniffling. Angered by his convenient behavior, I told him bluntly, "What are you crying for? You betray your own family, then conveniently play the victim. How many times have I tried to talk to you? Every time you've brushed me off, making excuses about overtime. And now, when you're caught, you act like it's no big deal? Give me a break."
Gemma, please. I don't necessarily want a divorce.
I don't care how you feel. I've already made up my mind to divorce you. Of course, Katie agrees too. She doesn't need a father like you anymore. From now on, please live well by yourself, with your mistress.
Wait, please, listen to me.
Ignoring his trembling voice, I ended the call. He called back multiple times, but I ignored everyone. Afterward, with the evidence of his infidelity in my favor, I divorced him. Both Tanner and his affair partner faced substantial alimony claims. Apparently, the affair partner was a temporary employee at the same company as Tanner. Their simultaneous absence from work became known internally, and rumors about Tanner's divorce and their relationship spread rapidly. Ultimately, the affair partner felt uncomfortable and resigned voluntarily. Tanner was transferred to a less desirable department nearing retirement. Rumor has it, their relationship naturally fizzled out as well. In the end, it seems he was just a cash cow for the affair partner. And karma is a funny thing. Meanwhile, I'm enjoying fulfilling days in my new home. Only the husband part was missing from the happiness I took for granted. But I still have many other things remaining. Work, a peaceful life, and my beloved daughter. Just with that, I am content. In place of the missing part, I'm planning to discover plenty of everyday happiness from now on. Thank you for watching until the end. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel. See you in the next video.